Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to Lotro Stream. This fine Monday. Is it the first Monday? No, I guess it's, well, yes, this first Monday of 2019. I was going to say, is this my first stream of 2019? And it sort of is. Hey, Cracknut. Of course, I had a fantastic stream last week as I got to wish everybody Happy New Year's across the time zones. Hey, Ponton. Nice to see you. Druid's Fire, hello. Nice to see you all. I'm going to do festival stuff here tonight.
How do you do?
Or at least I'm going to start with it. It's probably not going to take very long. Hey, John DeGard. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for dropping in. Happy New Year's, everybody, since I haven't seen anybody since the early mornings of the 1st. Hope your 2019 has gotten off to a great start. I don't know why I'm doing these,
I'll
but
not
I am.
be ignored. I do not ask much of you.
I have lots of currency,
Can't you leave me to my misery?
and I'm not sure if there's anything else that I want to buy. I guess I'll find something to buy before the festival ends. There's some more. There's some nice wardrobe stuff for.
Can't you leave me to my misery?
There's some fairly nice wardrobe things for the winter festival. I've got a lot
Can I
of them
speak with you a moment?
already.
Might I take a moment of your time?
And my wardrobe is very full, so I'm not exactly sure if I want to try and collect all of them or not.
How can I be of service?
Do I do the classic run in? Whoop. Get up.
Stay and have some tea.
I might as well tell this guy to move
What
off.
can I do for you?
Our hungry beggar. Poor guy. Poor guy. Alright, we'll come back later. Maybe we'll get it mid-show.
Would you do something for me?
Oops. Let's do this. You're like a Dickens villain. I am a Dickens villain. I probably have the outfit for it too, actually. Is that one pretty close? There's my best Dickens villain outfit. This character is in Mythgard, so I try as best I can to dye my outfits Mythgard purple, which is that color there. It's fairly close to the actual, it's just the regular purple dye in the game, and it is actually very close to Mythgard's actual color.
Hello, friend. Could you help me with something?
I'll not be ignored. Stay and hear me out.
Although it's a mixed bag of quests, I'm not only telling hungry people to move off, I'm also cleaning up grimy dishes and unsightly spills. So I'm not altogether a bad guy. Ponton says that I try to dress like my race with outfit. Yeah, I don't. I don't think I put that much effort into it. Have I stolen from people yet? You mean the quest where Or I distract the patrons? Yes, I have done that. Or is there something else to which you are referring to, John DeGard? Yeah, I've seen some of the cosmetics, the people that blog the cosmetics and stuff, and I'm impressed by their ability to just put things together in a perfect style for what they're trying to get across. I just cannot quite pull that off. I can't pull it off in real life either, so. Oh, I have a present. What did I get from the hobbits? 20% mount speed for 90 minutes. Nice. Sometimes I make different outfits for fun. Yeah, I have a standard. I have, I think 6 on almost all my characters is my fishing outfit. So I have an outfit for when I'm fishing. It was 6 because that was the last one for the longest time. So it was always at the end. So fishing was the end. One thing I've tried to do with new characters is put your starter gear in an outfit in outfit 1, so you could always go back to what you look like in the introduction. I've done that with a couple characters, but not all of them. I did that with my lore master. Very simple outfit. And I've done that with my Bjorning, which is actually the starter Bjorning outfit is actually pretty cool. Bake some bread. Somebody's got a lot of Halloween emotes left here. I saw somebody post this on Twitter, but you can do emotes with the barrel.
Hello there.
Houghton says, yeah, I've seen the outfit blogs. They do a nice job. I do the same. I spend a lot of time searching items to fit with my outfit. Yeah, it's impressive, the amount of work people put into it. I am definitely impressed. Oh, is that it? That was it. I don't think I've ever noticed these people. Checking them out. Especially this person just sitting here up against one. That looks cold.
Can I speak with you a moment?
Alright, which one should I try? I'm gonna do the mitten wearing one. See if I can't find the spot that the mitten wearing snowman is huge. I did it yesterday and I got it wrong. And I'm pretty sure there's a spot for every snowman that is huge. I bet when I went through Dunland, the cosmetics from the Dunland drops are so good. When I went through Dunland, I got most of those drops for cosmetics. And because they're generally all sort of medium armor sort of can get away with on light armor classes. So I do a lot of just Dunland armor for cosmetics, light or medium. And I don't actually play a lot of heavy classes. So I don't have a lot of cosmetics for heavy armor. And I think if I go back to Bjorning, I'm not going to wear cosmetic heavy armor. I'll probably wear cosmetic medium armor in the Bjorning because, well, I don't disagree with making the simplifying the Bjorning and making it heavy armor with might to be consistent. I just don't like the idea of the look of a Bjorning with plate or chain armor on. This person get all theirs? One grumpy snow beast that has to find a new place to nap. I need a pair of mittens and coal. For my snowman. I got a wintry Yule cap in my sack of presents. Might already have this somewhere.
What is this world coming to? This is intolerable.
Greetings, friend. Hello there.
Tell me what you need or move along.
Woohoo! Somebody leveled up.
This is intolerable.
Oh, the play's going on. Perfect timing. Wow, that is perfect timing. That's about the least amount of time I have to spend in the theater.
Good day.
Easy peasy.
What can I do for you?
Wait, which? Oh yeah, the snowman. That's what I was doing. Where's the mittens? The mittens are over here. Now I just need 3 acorns, which are somewhere in this field. There's one. Oh, there's one. Okay, I tried this one the other day. It was not for the mitten-wearing snowman. So I'm going to try one of these. Nope. That is a very tiny one. In fact, that's even smaller than the other one I made. The other one I made was my height. This one looks very small. I'm not sure I've ever seen ones that small. Tiny little snowman.
What can I do for you?
Three of 5 for intermediate. I guess I could do some instances and get this not so grim. Oh no, I got the snow not so grim. I don't think there's anything else that I want out of this list either. Alright, now I'm going to head back to Arid Mithrin. And continue on my endgame questing. Oh, I still have to solve the parchment's riddle. Forgot about this quest. Upon a mountain hill, the lonely peak to your back. The worm slithers by your side. Hmm. Well, I'll have to keep a lookout for that. It's not clear to me where it's supposed to be. I don't think I have any more quests here other than these. I think I'm down to the dailies here. Or dailies. Dailies or weeklies. That's a weekly. Ember-worthy crafts. Mabulu! Dinner break with Gravidy. Yay! Thanks for dropping in. I hope you have a delicious dinner. Holy cow! 23 raiders from Mushi. Ranger, hello. Agent Brigman. Mushi? Oh yeah. Nice to see you. Hey, thanks for bringing everybody over to Lotro stream tonight. That is awfully kind of you. I hope you had a great stream, Mushi. What were you doing tonight? More, were you questing in Moria, or were you doing more Rift stuff? I saw you doing Rift stuff the other day. Goofy old lady, nice to see you. Energon, welcome, welcome. Hard hit. Hey, Zinger. I was told you would be serving dinner tonight. What did you make for us? Oh, I was hoping to make some more cave claw stew. But I ran out of cave claws, and I've been searching to no end to find cave claws in the arid Mithrin. So once I find some more cave claw stew is back in the menu. Zinger. Hey, Gumskag. Standing desk users unite. More Moria? Nice. Down the Belrog last night, so finally unlocked. Very good. Excellent, excellent. Congratulations on that. That's a big win. Roar Amber, hello. Welcome, welcome. Hey, thanks everybody. Welcome all the raiders. Hope you had a great time in Mushi's stream. I'm sure it was fantastic as usual. Thanks again for dropping in here in Lotro stream. Very nice to have you. I'm just kind of hunting out quests here in Arid Mithrin. See if there's any left that I've missed. I don't think there is. Mushi says, off to supper with Malisi, but hope you can have an awesome stream and wonderful evening. Thanks, Mushi. Have a great supper. Talk to you soon. Singer says, I suppose it could be edible with enough caramelized onions. Exactly. Caramelized onions, crusty roll, and some great melted cheese. Something like that. Cave claws taste like chicken? That's what I heard, Ranger. That's what I heard. And the phone number for the nearest pizza place, just in case. Yes, the benefits of living in a city. When dinner doesn't work out, a replacement is just a phone call away. I guess that's true of pretty much a city of any size nowadays. Okay, I don't think I have any more quests around Scarhold. Patrick Cullen. Patrick, welcome. I never got this far in the game. Where is this? Oh, it's right at the end. I am in Scarhold. So I am in Ered Mithrin, or the Grey Mountains, which is the newest content after Dale Lands, or Northern Mirkwood. So after the Dale Lands, which was content around Erebor and the new lake town, Dale. They got Iron Hills to the east and Ered Mithrin to the northwest. So that's where I am. So I don't know how far you got, so I don't know how much further that is. Might be quite a ways. So Northern Mirkwood came after Mordor, so after all the Mordor content. After all the Mordor content, we traveled back up to Northern Mirkwood via Dol Guldur. So there's a story tie-in there. There's actually... I got a little past Bree. Oh yeah, we're a long ways past that. After Bree, we headed to... I didn't know you could get into Scarhold over here. Anyway, after Bree, we headed around Bree for a while. The Lone Lands, Trollshaws, Rivendell, over back into Evendom, Forakel, Angmar. And then after that, we headed into Moria. From Moria, we went into Lothlorien and Southern Mirkwood, which at the time we just called Mirkwood. And then after that, we headed toward Rohan via the Great River. Went through East Rohan and West Rohan. We visited a place called Wildemore, which is an area beset by Sauron's evil. I'm gonna do a little exploring along this river. After East and West Rohan, we went into Helm's Deep. We got our new epic battles. Then after that, we headed through the Pass of the Dead into Western Gondor, and we came from Western Gondor all the way back through Central Gondor and Eastern Gondor, through Old Osgiliath and Anorian and Far Anorian, and then back across the Anduin, past Osgiliath, now reclaimed after the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, up into North Ithilien, into the Wastes, up to the Black Gate, then into Mordor, then into Northern Mirkwood, then into the Grey Hills, or the Iron Hills, and now the Grey Mountains. Never thought Lotro is this massive. Lotro is absolutely incredibly massive. It's funny, somebody asked me yesterday. Somebody, I was streaming Lotro last night, and somebody came in and said, "How's the game going?" So I was kind of being cheekish, and hey, Delarpin. I was kind of being cheekish, and I said, "Well, after 7.5 years playing it, it's good. It's going pretty good." And the viewer asked me, "How much of the game have you completed in 7.5 years?" Which I thought was a really good response to me, kind of trolling him a bit. And I said, actually, almost all of it, but not quite. So there is a lot of game to play. And yeah, you can, if you take your time and kind of really try and experience every area, and you play 10, maybe 15 hours a week, it will take you years to go through this game. Ponton Finberry says, "I've traveled the whole map using a war steed. It takes a while." Agent Brinkman says, "Word, they build Middle-earth. It's so impressive." It is. Hey, all up, nice to see you. Yeah, so the new map, we have all of Eriador. Ooh, I didn't notice that Linden is on the map. Linden is printed out in big letters on the map. Maybe we're gonna go to Linden. But yeah, the starting areas were over here in Western Eriador. That was the original game, was Eriador for the most part. And then Misty Mountains, and down into Rohan, and then all the way around Gondor, and all the way around Mordor. So this map level is the highest level, and below this is still a very high level of map. John DeGard says, people still play this game? Oh, Tally says it's just 2 years from one end to the other. There you go. Or 2 years, 2 hours. It'd take me 2 years. Oh, I found a wild mushroom. I need that. I tried playing Locha with my friends. We all got bored pretty quick. Yeah, it's not for everybody. It's good at what it does. It's a very story-based game. If you get into the stories, it's enjoyable. The combat's fun. The combat is very enjoyable in it if you're into that kind of thing. But, you know, it's a gear acquisition game. There's a bit of grind to it. Getting your gear collected, and you know, there's trait points to get, and so it is a lot of fun. Our community's pretty awesome. Nowadays, Twitch has done a good job. The community around Twitch is really spectacular. You know, there always seems to be people playing, and there always seems to be people that are you can get into groups with. There's lots of streamers and whatnot that'll do kind of progression groups. So the whole group will like go through the game together, kind of at a scheduled pace, which is fun. In fact, that big raid, I don't know where you came from, Patrick, if you were in Mushi's raid or not, but that's one of the things Mushi does. He has a progression guild on Crick Hollow. He does a really nice job with keeping everybody leveling up at the same speed. Need another mushroom. There it is. You really want to get back into it? You should. It's a good time to get into it. If you're looking for a social community, you've come to the right place. The Twitch community around Lotra, like I said, is great. Oh, there it is. And you know, you'll find good social interactivity around Twitch, and it's a really positive, it's a really kind and helping community. You'll get lots of help if you need help. You'll find lots of people to help if you're one of those people that just get good at the game quickly and can do that. I think I need to go out into this lake. I'm going for a swim. Martin says, if it were real, it would take 2 years or so. Yes. I guess that's how long it took Frodo, right? Frodo and Sam. About 2 years to get from... That was just from the Shire to... the Shire to the Orodruin. Oh, there's a water jug. There's just a random water jug sitting out here I need to pick up. Agent Brinkman, Tellurian is great figuring out the distances, times, in game map. He has accepted many a quest. How far is it from X to Y? Nice. Hatchick says, I mean, I love the world Tolkien made, just trying to experience more, I guess. Yeah, I do that. Like, I get further and further into Tolkien's writings the more I play this game, and the more that I read those writings, the more I get into this game. So the last 5 years or so, for me personally, has been this cycle of learning more about Tolkien's mythology while playing this game more and realizing how good the developers have made this adaptation of Middle-earth. And then I learn things in the game, and I go back into the mythology, and I learn new things in the mythology. So it's a wonderful way to experience the kind of all of that. The mythology. The developers are extremely knowledgeable about Tolkien and his writings. So it is a this is a terrific place to kind of get more into that. John DeGar says, speaking of raids, we got 3 days to get you ready for the new one, Gravity. What? There's a new raid coming out in 3 days? Oh, you just searched Lotro on Twitch? Nice. Druid's Fire says, I'm in a competition with Corey for slowest progression in game. Corey's exploring Lord of the Rings versus Court of the Rings. Yeah, it doesn't have to happen quickly. What was it? Gandalf left Frodo for 60 years right at the beginning? No, he didn't leave Frodo for 60 years. It was about 60 years. It was about 70 years between Bilbo's adventure and Bilbo's... Like, when Bilbo came back from... I think it was... Bilbo was 52 when he came back from the Lonely Mountain, I think. And he was... And of course, where Lord of the Rings started, he was 111. So the party, his 111th birthday, 111st birthday, was the beginning of Lord of the Rings. And then chapter 1, then chapter 2, Gandalf left and came back a few times, but he came back and told Frodo to leave about 17 years later. I think I got most of those numbers right, or close. Somebody can correct me if I got them a bit wrong. Ranger says, well, Gravidy is now a slowpoke. I am. I am an official slowpoke. And proud of it. I don't mind telling you. Oh, I gotta go talk to Radagast. Agent Brigman says, I'm always impressed by the devs' knowledge of the lore. Yeah, and it's not just their lore. They get what Tolkien was trying to do. Like, they get the idea of good people work together and bad people get isolated. And they get the idea that punishment can sometimes be a gift. Like, there's little concepts that Tolkien does. Who am I being attacked by? Oh, these angry bees are after me. And they really get all those little concepts really well. All right, can I remember how to get up to Radagast? Uber Skippy says, I've been playing for 12 years. My highest level tune is 86, so I'm pretty sure I'm up there for slow. Nice. That's not bad, though. You're somewhere in Rohan, probably, Uber Skippy. Druid's Fire says, Agent Brinkman, I certainly hope you get to meet Maida Lyons and Chris Pearson. They're legit. Yeah, that would be a... I would love to meet them, too, sometime. Even just to say hi and thank you. Ponton says, I wonder who win Cord getting to max level before Corey finishes his class. That is a good question. Yeah, Patrick, if you're not familiar, there's a bunch of people in chat that are chatting right now that are in our official Lotro stream. Druid's Fire and Agent Brigman are two of them. I probably missed a few more. Mushi's also on the official stream that raided us earlier. So they stream on this channel. So I don't work for Lord of the Rings Online. I'm just a player. They just allow players to stream on this channel just to promote the game and build the community. I went the wrong way. But Agent Brigman actually is a teacher, and she teaches her class, and she actually uses Lord of the Rings to teach her class through. So if you follow her, somebody can throw a shout out. Agent Brigman and Druid's Fire, you can throw shout outs for yourselves, each other. Then it seems legit. But they both stream here on Twitch. Everybody has like a personal channel we stream on as well, and whatnot. And so you'll find people that use this game and Lord of the Rings Online to teach either Lord of the Rings or just teach English in general. So it's kind of a really cool use of this adaptation. The other person that we're talking about, Corey, is actually Signum U. Signum University teaches graduate level classes in literature, fine arts, and there's a free class on Tuesday nights on Signum U that there's a Twitch channel called Signum U. There's a free class every Tuesday night where Corey Olson, the head of that college, he's walking through the book, The Lord of the Rings. Right now, we just got to Glorfindel, so we're just about to get to the Fort of Bruinen in a few weeks, and he's been doing this for 2 years now. So he's on about a 7 or 8 year plan to read through the book, and he does it kind of like through the game and whatnot. So, thanks for the shoutouts. Appreciate that. I missed some chat. See, somebody, when you'll notice, Patrick, that when somebody new comes into the channel, that we all try and sell the game. Like, we all talk it up to no end. It is fun, but I'm a lore geek, so I kind of fall down that trap. Yeah, Maid of Lions and Chris Pearson. So did somebody answer your question? Yeah, Druid's Fire answered your question. Yeah, Maid of Lions, main quest designer. The quest, Patrick Kellen. Hey, thanks for following the official Lotro stream. Yeah, main quest designer. The writing in this game is great. If you just sit down and read through the stories, they are really, really well done. And Chris Pearson is the studio's lore master. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Agent Brinkman says the kids have gotten so much out of this game. It's impressive. Yeah, it is very cool. It is very, very cool. Follow Druid's Fire was last seen playing. Last seen playing what? Moobot's drunk. Ignore Moobot. John DeGard says, hey, Agent Brinkman, when does class start back up? Agent Brinkman responds, I'm so glad you asked. I have a J-term class until the 18th, Cooking and Recipe Theory in the 19th century. Wow, that's cool. We resume with Tolkien class on the 21st. Awesome. Oh, thankfully he brought a mortar and pestle up to his campsite. Well, I never said it would smell nice. This odor is how you know it will work. I will test this batch, and if all goes well, I will be able to make enough for you and the Bjornings to protect against the Ungolidan weapons. Return to the Bjornings now and make our work here known to them. Before you proceed with the assault on the Ungolidan, return to me and I will provide you with an antidote sufficient for the task. Talk to Vesgorn in Skoghaus. Skoghaus? Skoghaus. Something like that. Is that back when there was actual Burger King? Maybe? Ah! I got lost. Moobot is tattling on me. I always, Yes, this person does whatever they did last. That's all they do. King Richard Patius Supersizius. Whoa! I can fall down there. Oh, it didn't even hurt. Wait, am I going the right way? Where is this guy? Vascorn is not at his post. Perhaps Thrakmoth knows where he is. Let's find out. Apulu says, I'm not sure you're playing your minstrel properly. I know, all the shouting. The thing at Apulu, my melee attack just has a really long range. That's what it is. Patrick asks, what would be the best way to start in the game again, like classes or race? Race really doesn't matter. The race in the game is just kind of up to you. It's whatever you kind of like. There are some restrictions. For example, if you want to play a captain, you have to play a race matters. Don't be a male elf. There, okay. The only thing that you shouldn't pick is a male elf. For classes that shout a lot, so the minstrel shouts a lot, the captain shouts a lot. The warden shouts a lot. You may care what the shouts sound like, because they get kind of annoying after a while. There's a lot of shouting for classes that shout. But generally, the classes don't matter much. The race is more, or sorry, the race doesn't matter much. The class is more important. If you were like a free-to-play player, or if you haven't bought the Mines of Moria expansion yet, which you probably haven't, the Runekeeper and the Warden are premium classes. When you buy the Mines of Moria, you'll get the Warden and Runekeeper along with it. It's an expansion. You don't need the Mines of Moria until you hit that content after level 50. All up shouts a lot while playing any class. That is true, Zinger. That is true. The Druid's Fire is just waiting for Chromite to chime in. Nice, nice. And the Bjorning is also a premium class. Like, you have to buy the class. And Bjorning can only be played by the Bjorning. It's a class and a race that is tied together. So all Bjornings are the Bjorning race and vice versa. But if you like ranged, the Minstrel and the Hunter are very straightforward. If you like melee, the Champion and the Guardian are both very good and very straightforward. If you like kind of like more magic kind of people, the Runekeeper is sort of magical, but I guess so is the Minstrel, kind of. You just kind of got to figure out what your own playstyle is. Druid's Fire says Champion's the best class. Yeah, I think everybody's got their favorite. I think, there's Captain is a support class, so is Lore Master, but they're still very useful, or they're very... Captain and Lore Master can still be soloed. You can solo through the game with them. So there's no real downside to any one class. It's really just whatever you like the most. And even the free-to-play accounts will get more than one character slot, so you can always just start up a character and try it and see if you like it. You think it was reckless to send Vascorn by himself? Well, perhaps so. My mind was very much on my baking, you see, and it seemed sensible enough at the time. Every once in a while, one Bjorning is not enough for the task. I do not think we are too late. We should help him. He thinks very highly of you, so I will trust you. You have seen what we are up against, after all. You may lead us to their camp. Here's my plan. You return to the Brown Wizard and bring back this potion of his while I get the others prepared for the outing. All right, heading back to Radagast. Apulu is chicken. Yes, you can play as a chicken. Playing as a chicken is extremely advanced gameplay. You should really tune into Apulu Felgar's stream sometime before you even embark on that kind of adventure. It is very, very advanced. Ponton says, I don't need to fight, I just yell at the orcs till they're dead. Yeah, that's what I do too. I just shout everything to death. Zinger says, everyone has their favorite, and then there's Burglar stuck somewhere in the muck. Yeah, I didn't mention Burglar. Burglar is sort of a support class, but it does a pretty good amount of DPS on a single target at times. Burglar's fun. It's got the special attribute of being able to sneak. Yep, this way. So you can actually sneak through mobs instead of actually having to fight through mobs. Hey, Ginger! They get 5 on free to play? Oh, there you go. I thought it was 3. Cool. Well, that's even better. Agent Brinkman says, I've been learning Lore Master. I'm obsessed with it. That's awesome. Yeah, Lore Master's fun. It's sort of like a... I think they call it a druid. So you get a pet. So in one of the lines, typically Lore Masters will run around with a pet. And the pet is used to attack. It's part of your strength. Patrick says, all right, this is some good info. Got to go for now. Might tune in a little later. Awesome. Thanks for dropping by. Nice to see you. And feel free to drop by anytime. Burglar is the best double loot class in the game. Nice. Oh, Uber Skippy's got a commendation for Agent Brinkman's lore mastering skills. That's awesome. Awesome to see. Ponton says, Burglar is my main class. It's fun, though still needs some work in the class balance they've been doing. Agent Brinkman is the hero in the Rift? Nice. That's terrific. The smell is horrible, I confess, but it will do the trick. Take it, and you and the Thrakmas folk will be well shielded while fighting the Ungolidain. Do be sure to consume it before you strike. I am far from certain its powers to cure the poison after the fact. I am far from certain of its powers to cure the poison after the fact. Now go, and fortune smile upon you. Wait, do I just have to go back down the hill? You guys are just making me go back and forth here. Willie says, not feeling too hot. I think I'm going to call it. Just head home. Been on dinner break. Hopefully he's still on when I get home. Well, I hope you're feeling better, Apulu. And hopefully we'll see you later. Roots Fire says, I tanked as a minstrel in Blue Line once. Cheating, of course. It was over level. Yeah, it can be done. Your timing is remarkable. The honey cakes have just finished baking. I may set them to cool properly while we deal with these bothersome Ungolidain. You may give the poison protection to Fiskvat and Hunulf while I set the honey cakes out to cool. We share a fence and therefore trust. Thakmoth is not a bad sort, really, though sometimes I think he cares more for honey cakes than his folk, or anyone else for that matter. Your help is most welcome. Vascorn is my brother. I would have run off to stand by his side sooner if I had known. I suppose I should take this potion too, hadn't I? Well then, preparations are nearly complete, I should say. The honey cakes are cooling and we are prepared as one could imagine. Come, let us deal with these Ungolidain like the nest of hornets. Or I suppose, web of spiders that they are. All right, let's do it. Ponton says, I've been a hero of raid once too. Was last 2-man standing healing the tank and we won at the last second. Wow. That would have been some very excited dead people, I'm sure. Search for Vascorn. All right. So, by the way, I did manage to mention this on New Year's Eve, but for those who might have missed it, Ungol is spider, right? Like Kirith Ungol is spider's pass. And Adon basically just means man, so like race of man. So Ungulodon is Spider-Man. So we're fighting Spider-Man here. You think to fight us? You are not worthy of testing my skills. You will face my pet instead. Can they do whatever a spider can? They might. They just might. Oh. We got a spider shade. That's cool. A ghost spider. Whoa. A ghost spider that hits really, really hard. Oh, is that it? Apparently that was it. Spider-Man without the red suit. Yes. This was before the red suit. You fought well, and we drove the Ungulodine out of Thornholt. I fear that I am responsible for the injury to Vascorn. I was preoccupied and did not weigh the threat with the gravity it deserved. You did weigh the threat with the gravity it deserved. Get it? No, never mind. He now lies silent. My hope is the brown wizard's protection will also heal him. Well, let us hope you are correct. We have successfully driven the Ungulodine from Thornholt. That is as good a reason to celebrate as any. However, I cannot bring myself to as much as look at those honeycakes while Vascorn is ill. I feel quite ill myself with remorse. Could you go check on him and see if there is any improvement in his condition? I certainly can. Oh, I'm accepting this. Thank you, Helting. I see now what a fool's errand I was on, alone and without protection from the spider folk's poisons. I am not well, not feeling well. I fear none of my folk have the art to treat this poison. Will you go back to Radagast and ask what he could do for me? I can. Big Ed's coming in. Hello. You should check to see if there are more honeycakes. They sound pretty good right about now. They do, don't they? Some old Toby Maguire. Hey, what is this thing I got on me? I've never seen that before. Nice. Worse rather than better? It is as I feared. I do hope the brown wizard can help him. I see lots of drink set out. I see a piece of bread. I don't think that's a honey cake. I don't know. All right, back to Radagast. Hello, Big Ed. Nice to see you. Welcome. Hope things are going well for you. Happy New Year, if I haven't wished you so already. And to everybody else in the stream who's coming in. Hope your 2019 is getting off to a great start. Thanks, Druidsfire. Yes, make sure to check out Big Ed, another one of our Lotro streamers, who also is right now streaming quite a variety of games. Worth a look-see. Hey there, Pip-Boy. Exactly. An unexpected story. I am quite relieved to hear that Ingulidine have fled Thornholt. I might hope we shall not see their faces again, but I fear that is too much to ask. I may have an idea of how to heal the sickened Bjorning. I will stop by myself and visit. You have done more than enough for the Bjornings of Skoghouse and all the beasts of this wood. And if you should cross that peculiar dwarf in your travels, tell him he may gather wood from the forest edge. I certainly won't turn him into a toadstool or any sort of animal. Okay. Talk to Strahak the Stout. It appears the Ingulidine have already been spotted heading towards Rushgate. We can't be sure if this was a small group of them or if their ranks are in far greater numbers to the west. Track the Ingulidine. Do not engage them, though, if you can avoid it. They are in retreat, and we want to keep an eye on them to see what they plan next. Look to the west for Ingulidine activity. How far to the west? Do I just look to the west? No, I guess that's not good enough. Oh, I have to go all the way over here to the west. Well, that's a far bigger task. Pighead says, I'm going to keep streaming a bunch of different games too, until I find something I don't suck at. You need to start a big, you need to start GDP. Games done poorly. Hey, Del, welcome back. Yeah, John DeGard has good advice. Be the best at being the worst. I still have to figure out this riddle. I gotta go to a mountaintop. The Lonely Peak to my back. I assume the Lonely Peak is the Lonely Mountain. With a worm slithering by my side. Big Ed says, playing Rocket League with Doug Glendower, Epic Cougar, and Gore was quite the hoot last week. Nice. That's cool. Riddle? Clutches Basilisk tooth in hand. I don't think I have one of those to clutch. HP. Sauce? Or is that a hint? I'm not sure where you're going with that, Aurora. Think magical. Oh, the Harry Potter ref. Oh. Right. Got it. Big Ed says, if you actually have a basilisk tooth, I can recommend a good dentist who can probably fix it. Oh. My bad, I gotta go up here. Oh, I need this. I need all of this. Oh yeah, these stealthy orcs. Where do these stealthy orcs come from? Stealthy orcs come from the shadows. That was not a riddle, it was just rhetorical. Expect the unexpected. The Ungulidine aren't the only threat to be wary of to the west. Strange orcs have fled Thickelgundu in great numbers. Defeat 4 orcs. That's it? I only have to defeat 4 orcs. Uh-oh. This heart does not like me taking its scarn. Can I go over here? Nope. There is no sign of the Ungulidine here. Continue west towards Rushgate. Alright, off we go. First I'm going to climb this other hill. I feel like there's a view over here. I can get a good view from up here. Spider-Man, where are you? Or I can't. One of the two. This location provides a good vantage point to the west. There is no sign of the Ungulidine here. Continue to head west towards Rushgate. What is this? Ungulidine weapons litter the landscape nearby. It is doubtful they were left behind intentionally. Search around for the Ungulidine that left these weapons behind. Oh, I found them. The Ungulidine that wielded these weapons were defeated in battle. But by whom? These Ungulidine fell in battle, but it is unknown to whose hands. Wow, that was... for a level 120 quest, it's like, it starts here, walk 50 feet that way, and then it's finished. I haven't had one of those easy quests in a long time. So is there some kind of possibility of the new raid coming out this week or something, or is that next week? Or just once things are looking good enough? Somebody earlier said I had 3 days to get ready for it. I don't know if they were trolling me or that was actually the case. I didn't see anything posted, but I may have missed it. I did have a busy day at work today, so I may have missed something. Anybody know if there is dates for the raid? Ah, Ponton says the raid is to come out this week if all goes well. A mix of Ungulidine and Gundabad weapons are strewn about the ground. It would be beneficial to investigate and discover who was the victor. All right, I'm going to guess the victor was the weapons that we find least of. Oh, find the enemies. Cord did hint that the raid could come out on Thursday. Okay. Thanks, Tally. Coming out this week, according to Cordovan. John DeGard, thank you. Yes, please show us how to be a solo raider. Okay, I'll go do the rift. I think once you get to level 120, you can probably pull the rift off, right? Where was I supposed to do this from? There we go. Look to the west. There is no sign of the Ungulidine here. Continue to head into the rush gate. It should be Thursday unless something happens. Last official word on it on Friday. Oh, the last official word was Friday. That's probably why I missed it. It wasn't today at all. It appears the Ungulidine and the Gundabad are not fond of each other. Defeat orcs. I gotta find more of these orcs. Singer says, cool, thanks. I'm like a dozen raids behind, but always good for some new content to be out there. It is. That it is. I'm not finding any stealthy orcs. I suspect if I mount up, I will find one immediately. Or maybe not. The rush gate. Oh. I'm like terribly lame here. Let's see if I can do this. We got new giveaway commands. New raffle commands. The giveaway is now open. Enter the giveaway by typing raffle. All right. I have a 100 Lotro point codes. I have 100 codes for 1 Lotro point each. No, it's not what I got. I got a single code for 100 Lotro points. Exclamation point raffle in chat to win. Woohoo! It's working. It's working. This location provides a good vantage point to the west. It is clear the Ungulodine were here and must have crossed the bridge. That would have been a tricky... Did they then destroy the bridge? Maybe they did. Got you excited for... You really wanted 100 codes for 1 Lotro point each? That's weird. I just got enemies of the Steel Keep. Defeat many foes in the resource instance of the Steel Keep. I think some of these mobs might be wrongly tagged. Or that didn't just happen. They Bart Simpsoned over Mithrin Gorge. They might have. Fawn says, yeah, the orcs are tricky. You basically just have to stumble upon them. Yeah, you do. Go try the other spot where they have. The last time I was up here, they seemed to be everywhere. Now they are hard to find. Okay, there was one just here last time. Or wait, was it just over here? All right, well, these guys are back. Talk to Radagast. That's a long trip. I'm going to fast travel. Back to Scarhold.
You're there.
Spider folk, poison, honey cakes. What kind of madness is this? You think I want to go into Thornholt now? I trust you less than with that wizard after this tale you've spun. I'll simply have to convince some other poor Drock to go and gather that wood. It's as simple as that. Fair enough. All right, I do have to. Storm wall. We do have a raffle open for a code for 100 Lotro points if you want in it. Exclamation point raffle in chat to enter. Make sure you are following the official Lotro stream to win. And when I get back to Radagast, I will make the draw. Ponton says maybe the bridge they crossed isn't broken just for now until add more areas. I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Ponton. I'm hoping that somebody asked on my stream last week, you know, what's coming out, and one of the things that I am hoping for is that we get more tie-in together. So I'd love to see a couple things tied in. I'd love to see the Bjorning lands tied into something. So it would be cool to be able to come through Moria, go through Lothlorien, and actually walk all the way up to the up to Northern Mirkwood. Just think of all the chicken runs. It would be cool to tie in Goblin Town, so that we could leave Goblin Town the same way Bilbo left Goblin Town to come into the Bjorning lands. I don't know what that would tie into up here, but that would be a nice tie-in. If they have the Thornley construction come and fix it, it should only take 11 years or so. Fair enough. Starts quest. I can do something with the beehive. No, it is well known that the Bjorning have a strong craving for honey. Giving more of it is a sure way to get in their good graces. All right, well, let's grab some honey. It was like that before Rowan came out with the broken bridge and then later fixed it. Oh, like east to west Rohan? That's cool. I don't think I knew that. They would have fixed it by the time I ever got there for the first time. Druid's Fire says, in the blocked off passage to the Iron Hills, Scenario and company are good at that sort of thing. The blocked off passage to the Iron Hills? I'm not sure. I don't think I'm familiar with that one. Like one of these directions? I'm not sure I remember which one it was. East Rohan from the Great River region. Yeah, right. That's the one I'm thinking of, yes. Yeah. Not east to west Rohan. I had the right bridge in my mind. I just had it in the wrong spot in Middle Earth. Yeah, the path southeast out of Bree used to have rubble in it. Southeast out of Bree. This one? Or are you just talking about the new, kind of like the new, better walkability out into and out of Bree? I definitely like, I like the world to be more walkable as a single piece. That is very cool. It seems the Ungolidain are moving out of Ered Mithrin. While I'm sure that this isn't the last we've heard of them, I think it's safe to rest easy for now. Whoa! I did a whole bunch of things. I've completed quests of Arid Mithrin. Nice. Cool, cool. All right, I found Radagast. Drawing the raffle. See if I'm doing this right. You should have a good chance of winning. Hey, Pot and Finberry was drawn for the giveaway. Congrats, Fonten. Congrats, Ponton. I like that it gives you the total entries. So now you know the odds. Oh, I never messaged you on Twitch. Oh, it says your whisper was not delivered. I can message you on Discord probably. You might have whispers turned off on Twitch, in which case you can friend me or on Twitch. There, I sent you a friend request. That should allow me to whisper you. Hey, Tenulio. Hello and welcome. Totally missed it? Well, I'm going to do another one. I'll open another one in a few minutes. Hold, trying to see where that is? No problem. No problem. I got your code. I know that you're on, you're somewhere in Discord too. I'm pretty sure I've seen you in Discord servers that I'm in, so I'll find a way to get it to you. Oh, we're having a great stream so far, Tin. Glad you could drop by. Always nice to see you in chat. You haven't missed much? Just doing some quests up in Arid Mithrin. Did the Winter Festival content earlier. Built a very small snowman with mittens. Yeah, I can't find the friend thing. Odd, first time I can't receive on Twitch? Oh, that's weird. I wonder if it's just broken or something. I haven't whispered to anybody today, so it's possible it's the whispers are just broken. All right, tried a different approach, Ponton. Maybe that one will work. I mean, a different. Hey, that works. Nice. All right. There you go. Let me know if that's Let me know if you have any issues with that code. Zinger says, Gravity is on a noble quest to find something to clean the bird poop off Redicast's shoulders. Now that is a quest I can get behind, says Tin. I agree. I agree. Well, right now I'm trying to find some honey, and I'm very certain that is not going to clean anything off of anything. But that's all right. Growing up, my uncle ran an apiary. He has since passed on, but his son and his grandsons have taken it over. And it's still quite big. They have... I can't remember what production they have. I have pictures of their production, and it is incredible. Seeing barrels of honey is amazing up front. Like it's just remarkable to look inside these steel barrels. I don't even know what they weigh. They're 50-gallon barrels. And then they have hundreds of these barrels during harvest. Code worked? Awesome. All right, so the next quest I have, let's open another giveaway here first. The commands have changed. They're actually a little bit simpler, so it's hard to remember them. Now I want honey nut roasted peanuts. Thanks a bunch. Cracknut says goodnight. Take care, Cracknut. All right. New, same deal as before. Code for 100 Lotro points. And I'll draw it in like 15 minutes or so. Aurora, there's a code, there's a raffle. Don't miss this one. I'd hate for you to miss it. Pulu's baffled. Hopefully you're feeling a bit better. Maybe being at home helps. That does sound good, Zinger. It does, doesn't it? Honey nut roasted peanuts. It's quite possible my insane sweet tooth came from eating far too much honey when I was a kid. All right, let's get this riddle open. Upon a mountain hill that'll only peak to your back, a worm slithers by your side. Speaking of places to go, I remember once in the Lotro forums, Maidalines replied to a question, why not add a port from Enedwythe to Breeland with Bingo Boffin? He said he didn't add one in case they add an area there later in the future. Nice. Yeah, that Corey Olson's talked about that area. In that it is a real area. Like it is written about. There is canon. I don't know anything about it. But people in Mythgard were raving about it. When we did the Bingo Boffin quest line, they joked with Corey because at the end of the Bingo Boffin quest line, they went from Enedwythe to Breeland, and they were joking with Corey, saying, "Now you've been at that place because clearly you just had to have gone through it." Ah, seriously? Oh, and then he leashes. So the Greyhawk comes, dismounts me, and then leashes back. Just to be super annoying. I would like to see that area connect one day. Yeah, it would be really cool to walk south from Bree into Enedwythe and then into Dunland. Did you go into Enedwythe? Or whatever that is. It would be very cool to walk that way. I mean, South Farthing obviously would be a cool area to see. I think most people are hoping for that one. South Farthing along with the Scouring of the Shire. Yeah, I think that is a common hope and a guess for the future. Oh, apparently I got that one already. Strider, hello, hello, welcome. Apu says, I don't actually hope for the Scouring of the Shire. I will be sad. Danger have come to the hobbits. You know, I think I've been above this point at some time. Oh, there's a back path. It only says, Zinger, is there a video to go along with that comment? Which one? Pro tip, don't pretend to be Tony Hawk and Dora Marth and continually ollie across the open fissures of Mount Doom. It's good advice. Very good advice. Druidsfire says, I hope we also get to do a Hitball 2.0 with the Shire, helping Sam fix it up afterwards. Nice. Zinger says, nah, just a couple death screens. With any luck, they'll sneak into Bree and do a scouring of Lalia's market. Leave the rest of the town alone. A burning fireworm. Stormwall was once a great crafting hall of the dwarves in the Grey Mountains. Perhaps some craftwork of old still lingers upon the rubble in these once great halls. Collect valuable trinkets. Stormwall was once a great craft. It's the same thing. Crafting, craft. Find tools. Oh, the raffle is still 100, a code for 100 Lotra points. Yes, if you are interested in a code for 100 Lotra points, exclamation point raffle in chat. I'll get these 2 quests done, then I'll make the draw. Assuming they don't take forever to get done. Okay, thanks, stepped away. No problem. Welcome back. Nice. More claw mark writings. These are the best.
We will bide our time hurl up in these mountains. This is a home for dragons. We will feast and gather treasure and grow strong. We will learn to cover where we are soft. But for now, sleep and dreams of our revenge.
Hey, Ginger, we got a raffle open for a code for 100 Lotra points. Well, this crafting tool is buried. Thankfully, I can still pick it up. Can it come in the form of 401 quarter LP codes? I don't think so, Zinger. I don't think so. Hey, Kevin M, nice to see you. This is a very cool place that is very deep. Nobody's down there. Are they meant to be down there? I don't think you can get back up here. It's possible Zinger's trying to negotiate better prices at Lalia's market. So he needs some smaller denomination LP codes. I was wondering if he found the video game arcade and was holding on us, maybe. He found the, what would Pac-Man be called in Middle-earth? Is this like a back door? Did I find a back door? I might have. Or that was just the bottom. Bjorn is selling some delicious honey penny candies. Nice. Oh, let's go down here. I guess I should go down here and explore a bit. Of course there's hawks. There's always hawks. Vlad Rosso, hello and welcome. No, this is not the legendary server. I'm actually on Landerval. I'm in Arid Mithrin, so I'm actually at level 120 questing. Which will not be... This is super preview for the legendary servers. Legendary servers will not see this content for probably a couple of years. Can't see much up there. I bet Saruman had a pretty awesome arcade in his crib, at least until the Ents flooded it and ruined the electronics. He lived by himself with a bunch of other guys. Oh yeah, he had an awesome man cave, right? Of course, he must have. Okay, I don't feel like I'm going anywhere. Wow, I'm actually going all the way around back. All right. How did I get up here? Any server that Gravidy is on is legendary? My gosh, Apula, hardly. Am I really weak shouting with my minstrel? Alright, it doesn't seem to be anything over here. Oh, I wonder if there's something down there, though. I'm new. What class should I play? That is a hard question to answer. What class do you like to play? Like, what kind of play style do you like? The minstrel is your healer, but it's also the minstrel is what I'm playing. It's also a very capable DPS tune, but it's a glass cannon, the minstrel, but ranged and mobile. The hunter is also ranged and mobile. It's very much your classic archetype of a ranger or something like that. The champion is a great class that people like. Lots of DPS. It's melee. Very straightforward. The burglar is everybody's favorite class, which we discussed earlier. So favorite that they never want to play their burglar. Just want to save it. C4 Maniac, go Berg, start off hard. There we go. Go Berg, right there. What's in this door? Ooh, actually in Stormwall. What am I going for? Berg is tons of fun with stealth. Yeah, Berg is fun. Like, if you really do like the stealthy playstyle, Berg is going to be really fun. You get to like sneak. It's pretty cool. And champ would suit you best. Oh, what did he say? What class? Oh, melee tanking or DPS? Yeah, champion is definitely melee tanking, or melee DPS. Guardian's a pretty cool class. It's also melee. It's the classic. It's the archetype of a tank in the game, the Guardian. Those are pretty good starting points. Spider Corpse. Not found anything in this little room.
Sister. Missing.
Take care, Fontaine. Thanks for dropping by.
Dragon
See you soon.
whelps. Slain. I have known only sorrow in these grey peaks. Let sorrow take wing. I am fury. I am vengeance. I am Smaug the Golden, mighty and merciless. I will roam until I find dwarves, and then let them cower before my wrath.
Wow, Smaug's angry. Is it hard to catch up to others in level and stuff like that? Generally, you can get up to level fairly quickly. I mean, I guess it depends on your viewpoint of how quickly you need it to happen. There's lots of groups in the game that will gladly help you level up. There's lots of people that still play just a bit grumpy. Yeah, just a bit grumpy for sure, Druid's Fire. There's still quite a few people that will do progression type groups. So there's kinships that'll have groups of people that will just they'll stay near to each other on level and they'll level up throughout the game. And things like that. So No, I mean, you can find lots of help to get leveled up and whatnot. And of course, there's specific ways to level up quickly. But I'm a bad person to ask about those because I don't level up quickly. I am a slowpoke. I'd say Champ or Guard to start with, as they may be a bit easier. Champ would be better at DPS, but Guard would be much better at tanking. But both can fill both roles well enough. This is very true, Zinger. Zinger says also captains are also an option for melee or tanking, but it may be more difficult as they fill more of a support role in our Jack of all trades class. Agreed. Another slowpoke? Yes, I created a tune yesterday on my stream. And that tune is in the slowpokes. That's the first crafting tool I found. Okay, I said I was going to draw the raffle when I finish these quests, but I'm at 1 of 8. It's taken like 10 minutes. I'll give you 1 more minute, everybody. We do have a raffle open for a code for 100 Lotro points. Please be following the official Lotro stream channel. You must be following to win. And I'll draw in about a minute. Oh, and to enter the raffle, you type !raffle in chat. That's a useful piece of information to share as well. Slowpokes unite. All right, this looks like a quiet corner. I'll draw the raffle here. Oh, people are entering. Awesome. Found a dwarf-made necklace. Now we'll stand here. Hopefully I'm safe. Why are you slow in your poking? I just am. We're proud of it. We poke slowly and we're proud of it. Ginger! Ginger, you have won a code for 100 Lotro points. Alright, I gotta get this way somehow. Oh, hello, Fire Drake Hunter. Hello, Ginger. Where are you? Speak up. I know you're here. Talk, Jin. It's rigged. It is rigged, Delarfin. Well, it's not rigged if she doesn't show up. Hey, there we go. Ginger. Congratulations. I found a silver buckle. Oh, come on. I'm almost up there. There we go. All right, code incoming, Ginger. There you go. Code is sent. Let me know if you have any issues with that. We'll see if I can get these quests done. What did I do? Oh, I discovered Stormwall. Outstanding. Grey Mountain Explorer. I'm rich. Oh, I can keep going up. Now the LP will come in Publishers Clearinghouse rations, 1/1500th of a point a week for the rest of your life. Master Layla, welcome. Master. Thanks for following the official Lotro stream. Oh, yes, I want that. You do not have enough permission for it? Are you serious? I definitely want it. There we go. A Doro Gleam shard off a corpse? I'm a little surprised by that. And impressed. Oh, I can probably use... No, I can't use these up. And does the race matter for the class? The race matters a little bit. So if you're going to go with champion, a dwarf works good because a dwarf gets a little racial bonus to damage. What do they get? Axes and... Or is it just axes? So I am of the race of men. Oops, that's not what I meant. I meant to do this. So I actually get, a man gets a plus 5% one-handed sword damage and plus 5% two-handed sword damage. And I think dwarves are one-handed and two-handed axes. And the axe is a fairly common weapon for a champ. But yeah, as Zinger said, they won't make or break your character. It's mostly cosmetic. They're racial traits, but they're not a big deal. They won't make or break your character. That's very true. Gamer Gramp, hello and welcome. Big Ed says elves make the worst champions. At least that is what I tell people when they ask me why my champion is so lame. It's too bad you didn't make it a male elf, Big Ed, because then you'd have a real excuse. It shouldn't even exist. Take off your shoes and then it'll be awesome. That's all you need? I love my health champ. Maybe that is why I suck. That must be it. It's the elvenness of it. Now that I know I can get Dwargleam shards from corpses, and I got another Dwargleam shard. I had no idea that those things would drop just off a regular corpse. Alright, it says I have a male elf champ. What are you saying? I don't think Big Ed's throwing stones at you, Hardit, if that's what you're worried about. Big Ed says I play mostly elf women so I can feel petite and pretty. And when you need to, you can like pull a Galadriel and like destroy large buildings with a single shout. Tally says, I have champions of all races, even hobbits, but they have to be hidden inside a locked box in my personal house. There's some nasty fighting going on here. Oh, there's my crafting tool. Yeah, I can't climb up the wall. Oh, these are stairs. I thought this was a wall. I'm trying to go around this wall. Turns out it's stairs. Derp. Hey, J-Dog, thanks for following the official Lotro stream and welcome. Aurora Ember totally plays female elves as well for the same reason. Nice. Big Ed's like, I feel you, sister. Mrs. Mustafa gets mad when I shop for dresses at the mall. She says I can only do it in the Lotro store. Lalia must love you, Big Ed. Ginger says, I have a dwarf, elf, and a female champ, but none are very high. Oh, Delarfin says, gotta go. Good night, Delarfin. Have a great rest. Nice to see you as always. See you soon. Shootsfire says, Mrs. Mustafa is a lady of fine, upstanding character. Why she married you is a mystery. Big Ed's reply, she must have lost a bet, is all I can figure. I was told there would be an inheritance, or something along those lines. Don't let her tell you what you can't do, Ed. Just tell her that she can pick a matching purse for your dress. Nice. Ladru says, that as a new player, what's better, legendary server or normal? As a new player? Legendary server might be better for a new player just because there's more people at the lower levels right now. So you're going to find... I think you might have an easier time finding people to play with. But that's... I don't know if it's make or break there either. This place is like falling apart badly. You find nothing. Singer says legendary servers to require a paid subscription to play on if it's any question. Yeah, that's a good point. If you're not VIP, you can't play on the legendary servers. They are a VIP perk. As Druidfire says, the only downside of the legendary servers is that they are VIP only, so you'll have to subscribe to play them. If you just want to give the game a spin and see if you like it, the regular servers are available to all. You find a silver buckle. Big Ed says, I heard the place you're exploring used to be a Trump property. Lots of cut rate subcontractors. Could be. The dwarves paid off, OSHA. Nice, Druidfire. Must have been those Zelruka. The Longbeards would never do such a thing, would they? I couldn't imagine it. Hey, J-Dog, how hard is it getting into the game at this point? It's not an easy game to play. It is fairly complicated. They do have... The game almost has 12 years of history behind it. You've been to Moria, Gravidy. Touche, Druidfire, touche. The lack of handrails in Moria is disturbing. Hey, Vlad Rusin, no problem. That's what we're here for. We are here for people to come and ask questions. That is not a problem at all. J-Dog, it's not the easiest game to get into. It can be daunting. Parts of it are fairly overwhelming. When you start up as a free-to-play player, you have quite a bit of content that you can go through before you have to pay for anything. So if you're worried about how much is it going to cost, you don't even have to worry about that yet. You can jump in, you can start a new character, you can do a whole bunch of content, and you can get an idea if the game suits you. And if it does, then the question of whether you have to pay or not will be easy. It's the same thing with a lot of the systems in the game. You know, your character sheet can feel a little overwhelming. It's like, what do all these things do? But generally, the game's not that hard, so you can sort of ignore most of the details. At least for a while. All right, I'm going to fast travel back to Scarhold. The community that's on Twitch for Lotro is great. You can jump into pretty much anybody's stream that's streaming Lotro and ask questions, and pretty much everybody is more than happy to answer questions. So once you get in game, if you have specific questions about something, you can always just come and ask. It's not a problem at all. Horin. Ignore details, blasphemy. Okay, John DeGard, you're absolutely right. Don't ignore details, but don't... If you feel overwhelmed with details, you can put them off. Especially game details. Like you'll find, like the equipment you get at the beginning. Actually, usually the equipment you get at the beginning, it's pretty obvious what you need to get, what you need to choose. Just put it on if it looks better. You're going to get into cases where it's like, do I need fate more than might or something like that? And you'll figure those things out eventually. But the game is very forgiving if you make a few mistakes. It's not that hard. Not falling in lava is proving equally daunting. Zinger's just having a great night out in Mordor, I can tell. Big Ed says it's a great time to get into Lotro. Lots of new content and a resurgent player base. A friendly community that is happy to answer questions helps too. Very true. Yes, you can't. Fishing in lava is impossible in this game. Sadly. You want to use a wire leader. It holds up to the lava better than just straight monofilament. Sometimes you want it fancier. Nice one, Zinger.
We are not strangers here.
You bring me
Not
wondrous...
truly.
Sorry. You bring me wondrous gifts. These were found in Stormwall. Though I do not still trust you, I admire that which you have done for the Zelruka.
There is much to be done.
Why, look at these. These are not unlike the tools of our own smiths' use. Fashioned by their ancestors, perhaps. See how they weathered the years intact? One might still use them. I believe we shall. Alright, I think I'm gonna leave it here, peoples. I got a view to look out at. I do. Look out toward the Lonely Mountain. Is that the Lonely Mountain right there? Might be. Might just be. Alright, thanks everybody for coming and hanging out. Congrats to Pontin and Jinjar for winning the raffles. Thanks for all the new follows. Thanks for all the new people coming in and showing some interest in the game. It's a great fun game. It has certainly seen a resurgent player base recently. So if you're thinking about playing, come and join us. We're having a lot of fun doing it. For absolute certain. Alright, and we're going to raid an old friend. We'll raid Bloodborne tonight. Oh, it looks like he might be on the legendary servers. At least he's doing level 50-ish content, so... Yes, thank you everybody. I am Gravidy42 here on Twitch. Oh, that isn't what I meant to do. That is what I meant to do. I am Gravidy42 here on Twitch. I do some other streaming as well, some other games, so feel free to give me a follow over there. Come check that out. Other than that, we're going to go raid Bloodborne. Longtime community member, longtime Lotro streamer. So I hope everybody has a great week coming up. And we will see you all very soon, at least next Monday. Take care, everybody. Have a good one.